Hey guys, welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. Now, talking about real estate and investing, and in this market right now, it is super crazy. And there are so many investors or people buying houses that it's hard to get good deals and actually do really good investing. But there is hope for you. This is why Charles and I, my co host Charles and I, are on right now to show you how you can absolutely get amazing deals, even in this crazy market right now where people are saying, it is a seller's market. You have to pay over asking price. Well, that's not true. We're investors. We don't do that. And we're locking in great deals. So we're going to show you how to do that. So, hey, everybody, my name is Dustin Heiner with Master Passive Income, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate so you never, ever have to work a job again. And I know it is rather tough to start investing, even though we're giving you all these great ideas on where to find these properties. But how to actually do it right, to not lose money, to make money in passive income every single month, I want to help you out. I'm going to give you my real estate investing course absolutely for free. If you go to in the description, go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. It's all one word, /free course. Get my free real estate investing course. I'll show you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to buy the right properties, how to scale the business, how to make sure you're making $250 a month in passive income, how to run the numbers, literally how to do everything. Get my free real estate investing course. And with me is my co-host, Charles Rose Jr. Hey, great to have you on the show, Charles.
Absolutely, Dustin. It's always great to be here. And I'm so excited about this topic, Dustin, because a lot of times, not only are some people are, paying crazy prices over what the property is worth or over asking, but you also have some people out there who are just not investing and they're waiting until the crash or the correction whenever that happens. And I think after this episode, I think a lot of people will be inspired to find the good deals that are still out there.
I absolutely hope so, Charles, because I get a lot of questions. So we have the Real Estate Wealth Builders where do group coaching and teaching people how to invest in real estate. And the big question is, well, if there's a correction coming or a crash coming or prices are really high, should I just wait? Well, here's the funny thing. I actually thought there was going to be a correction back in 2017 and then 2018 and then 2019, but it still hasn't happened. So if you didn't get started then, you're never going to get started. If you don't get started now, you're never going to get started. As well as if you look at Charles, I started in 2006 when the market was really, really high, and those properties that I bought still make me money. I still own them today. I made money every single month, whether the market went up, down, or sideways. I made money every single month because of the rents that come in. Now, Charles, you recently, like literally like this week, have got 3 properties under contract, and not just, oh, I'm paying over asking price. You're an investor, so you bought them for much lower. Like you're getting a discount on these properties. How did that come about? Getting 3 properties, which people say, I can't even get one. You've got 3 under contract for less than asking price.
It's mind blowing to see it happen. And it was so exciting because my wife and I, we recently went on a small mini vacation in the mountains. And, just seeing that news, we were celebrating. So we were like, let's celebrate already. And so, but, just to answer your question, how did it happen? It's simply being consistent, putting in the offers, looking for the good deals, not, being crazy and paying over what the property is worth. And so just by being consistent and analyzing those deals and putting in the offers, we were able to get 3 properties under contract at a discount. The discounts were anywhere from 20 to 30% off.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yes.
phenomenal. Now, how much in passive income from each one of these properties?
So each one of these properties will bring in 250 to probably about 280 in passive income.
From each property, my goodness. So in 1 week, Lord willing, you'll be able to buy all these properties, and you're going to be close to 750, maybe even $800 more in passive income once you get all these purchased. Charles, good job, man. I'm excited for you. That's really great. Is this getting you really close to being able to be financially independent?
Yes, it is. It is indeed. And with this market right here, and we'll get into this later, but I just like my success partner, Benjamin. So we do have a success partner program with the Student Wealth Builders program. Great program to join. So me and Benjamin, we had a conversation about not always looking for home runs because Benjamin made like 700 cash flow in his first property. I made about 400 on mine, and so Benjamin and I, we were looking for those like really, really high cash flows. So now we're still looking for them, but also, at Master Passive Income, we look at $250 or more per property, and so just being open to those kind of deals that will definitely help me get to my financial freedom goal this year.
That's awesome. And this year, and you've only been investing for a little over 2 years now, and within 3 years, you're going to be financially independent. If you want to, you can literally quit your job. Man, okay, so we could definitely keep going on that because your path of success has been awesome. But I know we all want to know how we can invest in this crazy real estate market right now, where people are saying it's a seller's market. You have to pay over asking price. I know we have plenty of students inside the real estate wealth builders who are saying, my realtors are telling me, or our realtors are basically all telling us that we need to go over asking price in order to get these properties. Well, we're investors. We don't do that. Even though we're getting these properties, we're also getting them at a discount. Now, Charles, what are some great ways? Let's go through how we can find really, really good rental property deals. Buy them, hold them, make $250 a month in passive income. How do we start finding these really good properties?
So I will definitely mention that. I just wanted to comment too, Dustin, how you mentioned how some people pay over asking. So I was sharing on our coaching call how one of my realtors fired me because he thought I was lowballing offers. But as investors, we make money when we buy, so we don't overpay for properties. So how do we find deals? And there's many different ways to find deals. And so some of the first ways are using the online real estate marketplaces, and these are websites like Zillow, Roofstock, Trulio, Redfin, Realtor, Auction.com, listwithclever.com, and so many more. But one of the websites we absolutely love is Zillow. We find so many good deals on Zillow. And you just have to keep on looking for deals. And one of the things you can do is set up a filter. We won't go into details on this
Yeah, we have a whole
particular
video where I
point.
literally walk you through it. I'll link it in the description as well, so you can watch that video where I literally say, "Hey, I'm an investor. This is how myself, as an investor, finds properties through Zillow with the criterias and filters and everything, and literally even finding properties out of state in a whole nother state from where I live." I love finding new areas to invest, and so I'll link that link in the description as well.
That video, what Dustin is talking about, you definitely got to watch that. I know it helped me setting up my filters, and that is, I will be honest, like most of my properties came through Zillow. Some came through other methods, which we're going to talk about, but the majority of them came through Zillow. So definitely check out that video and watch it. And something else we want to touch on too is Roofstock. So Dustin also has a great link where you can go and check out properties on Roofstock. To me, Roofstock is almost like the Amazon of properties. You could literally buy like a property online through roofstock.com. They inspect the property. They have all the resources for you, property managers, everything. We always say definitely do your own diligence, even though they do it all, but still do your own diligence. Check the numbers. Make sure you analyze the deal yourself. Go get your inspection. Everything, you make sure do your full due diligence, even though they're doing a lot of that stuff for you.
Yeah, I personally love roofstock.com. And so if you guys want to get my affiliate link, no, nothing, more for you. It's actually absolutely free. Go to masterpassiveincome.com/roofstock. It'll all be one word and it'll be in the description as well. But what you do is you utilize Roofstock to actually find properties that they have literally done the due diligence for you. Now, Charles is 100% right. Even though they've done it for you, you don't trust everything. It's just a tool for you to understand what is potential about this property. Then you do all your own due diligence. Make sure you get all your inspections. Make sure you do everything right because you don't want to buy a bad property. But Roofstock is really, really great. I had many, many students buy properties through Roofstock and getting good deals too. You can even negotiate and get the price down too as us as investors. Now, Charles brought up a lot of other great websites, but basically these are all ways that you find properties that are listed. Now, as we're looking at prices and homes that are currently listed, we don't, and as investors, we don't pay over asking price or even asking price. We're always trying to get a discount. Charles, how do you get a discount with these homes that you might be able to find on Zillow or Roofstock? Is there something like, do we need to negotiate? What do we need to do to make sure we get the price down lower?
The first thing you want to do is look through all of the photos online and do your research on the property and just figure out what's a good offer based on what you see, right? But then you want to go a step further when you get the property under contract. You want to you want to get a home inspection. With sometimes you have to get the inspection before with certain deals, but never. I would tell you never buy a property unless you get a home inspection. And so once you get the home inspection will bring up certain things in the report. So two of the three properties I've got inspected so far. The first one, it was good. I made my offer, way lower than what they wanted, and I was able to get it. I got the home inspection. The home inspection turned out to be really good, so I'm already getting a good deal. So I leave it right there. But the other property, it had issues like the roof will probably have to replace soon. The gutters needs to be changed. A little bit of work here and there. So I've already sent the my realtor an email to negotiate the price down on that deal. It's a really good way to save even more money on the deals, and in my mind, I think it's fair too because you know the seller didn't disclose all those things. So it's fair that I ask for a discount on it or a credit at closing to help cover these repairs. And so there's so many different ways that you can negotiate down on these deals.
I agree. And I love being able to go back and you find something that you didn't know was there and then getting a credit or having them fix it up or whatever. There's plenty of other things to do. Now, I personally, I get a list question all the time. Should I offer for asking price and then use the inspection period to lower the price? I personally don't because the inspection is basically for any unknown things that might pop up. And then you can have that to be able to offset the cost of that. The seller could always say no to anything and then you don't have the deal. What we try to do here at Master Passive Income is we always start the negotiation process and we try to get lock in that lower price before we get in the contract. Like right when you get in the contract, we want it to be lower. I'll give you an example. If you're going to buy a $100,000 house, you're going to put in an offer and you're going to have to run the numbers, make sure the passive income works and everything. But I might start the offer at like $74,000. Start at 74, they're at 100, and so they might come down to maybe like 92, or might come up to like 78, and keep going and keep working in the negotiation process to get that price down. Once you have that price down, that's when you then go through the inspection process. But I definitely don't wait until the inspection to actually save money. We're always negotiating from the very beginning. Now, Charles, finding more properties, this is something that we need to do. See all these deals. What about like online, like forums or anything like that, Facebook groups? Have you had any success with any of those?
That is another good way to find good deals, especially in this market, is investor Facebook groups online. There may be some other types of online websites, but the website that I often use is Facebook groups. And what you could simply do is you may be thinking, well, I don't know how to find these groups, or I don't know what groups are out there. One of the things I did was, once I determined which city I was going to invest in, so, I would type in Charlotte real estate. And when you type in those keywords in Facebook, you'll see so many different groups, or Memphis real estate, or, whatever the city you're going to be investing in, you're going to see so many real estate groups pop up, and you're able to click join in the group. And in those groups, I find so many different deals, so many different people, and it could lead you to a huge list of resources in those groups. So not just finding deals, but also networking with other investors and all these other things. And so I've definitely had some success with joining, and not just joining, but being an active participant in those Facebook groups.
The last thing you just said was 100% key. If you just go in there just saying, "Hey everybody, come give me deals," or you start being kind of like spammy or, not really very friendly and not helpful, people are not going to want to talk to you. They want to have a community of other investors so they can work together, help each other out. So my huge tip, if you're going to go into Facebook groups, which is a great idea because this is a team sport. The more people that you have that can send you deals because you're helpful, because they know you can buy the properties, the better this business gets because you have so many deals. I get so many deals all the time that I just have to pass because I don't have, like, I'm not ready to buy it, or I have my money tied up someplace else. But I have so many deals coming through because of I've created all these networking abilities with other people, meeting other people, other investors, as well as other like property managers or realtors. And so be as helpful as possible inside of Facebook. If somebody, like if you're in a Facebook group, somebody asks a question, well, how do I do this? Be straightforward and be honest and be helpful. If you do that, you'll start, the moderators, they'll actually say, hey, this person's actually, really helping out, really good guy. Let's promote him a little bit, or let's give him a little more leeway to actually try to get more, either properties or whatever it might be. So be as helpful as possible. Now, I know everybody literally jumps right to this next one. So this third thing that most people jumped right to first, but for us, it's one of the it's towards the end. But realtors are a great way to find properties, especially when you have a good long track record, a lot of experience with one realtor or a couple different realtors. They say, hey, you know what, this investor knows what they're doing. They're going to buy a property. So when I find an off market deal, I'm going to bring it to them because I know they can close on it. So what are your thoughts about realtors and utilizing them in your investing? I know you said one of your realtors just fired you, which is really funny. In my opinion, that's not the right realtor. It's totally fine that they fired you. You want to get the right realtor. So what are your thoughts, Charles?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Them firing me is actually, I see it as a good thing because, like you said, Dustin, I need to find the right realtor because, I'm not gonna pay over what the property is worth, and so it was definitely a good thing. But I definitely agree, Dustin, that utilizing realtors could help you grow your business because realtors, they are in the business of finding properties, selling properties, whether they're representing the buyer or representing the seller, they are in that business. So they know a lot of times firsthand what properties are coming on the market, and they help you negotiate through the process. They a lot of times know a lot of information that can help you in your negotiation. I've even had some realtors who they knew one of their clients was selling their property. They actually see if I can buy it before it goes on the market. And so when you build a realtor as a almost as like a friend, and it really helps you to get to have an advantage over other investors because they're going to look out for you. They're going to do everything that they can to try to help you close on that deal because it is also a win-win situation, right? The more deals they help you close, the more commission they make. And so definitely finding realtors is helpful. But something I mentioned to the coaching students the other night on the call, Dustin, is I found like a lot of success with investor friendly realtors because they understand that hey, we're in this to make money. We're in this to make cash flow. We're not just like a first time home buyer who falls in love with the house and pay $60,000 to $100,000 over the deal just because they absolutely love the house. As investors, we don't get emotionally attached. We're investing to make cash flow. We're investing to feed our families, to take care of our kids, and that's why we're doing this. We're not in the business to put offer way more than the property's worth and end up losing money in the long run.
You're absolutely right on all those. I'm going to give everybody a couple pro tips. Like these are really good pro tips. So number one, you might get some realtors that would say, hey, sign an exclusive contract with me where I'm going to be your exclusive realtor. I laugh whenever any realtor says that to me because I'm like, no, you bring me a good deal, I'll buy through. I guarantee I'll buy it through you. If you bring me the deal, I'm not going to be a jerk and try to buy it on my own. I'm going to buy through you. But I've had plenty of realtors try to say, hey, well, I'm going to bring you all exclusive deals and you just buy through me, which in turn, well, don't do that, number one. But what happens is any house that you buy, like if a wholesaler, which we'll get into, if a wholesaler comes to you and brings a property to you, you're required to buy it through them and they get money when they didn't do a thing. So literally do not have any realtor give you or sign anything that's an exclusive contract. I have many, 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 many realtors. And so I say, hey, you bring me a good deal, I'll buy it through you. So never sign exclusive. The second thing that I want to give everybody as a pro tip, if you are looking through Zillow, realtor.com, and you find a property yourself, go through the seller's realtor. I love utilizing the seller's realtor because it gives them more incentive to sell it to you. A big reason why is because they get commissions on both sides. They're representing you as the buyer realtor and representing the seller as a seller realtor. So they want that commission. Another thing is they have inside information on the property. They might not give it all to you, but they'll encourage you in a certain direction, like telling you like maybe there's something this or maybe this price or whatever it might be. You'll get some inside information. So there's a huge two pro tips that you guys definitely need to take into heart as you're working with realtors. Another third one would be just use as many realtors as you can. Get as many realtors working for you as possible, because the more deals coming to you, the better. Now, Charles, we've been talking about things that we can quickly find and go to Zillow.com or find realtors or go to Investment Facebook. But what about like actual meetups, like local meetups where you meet up with like go to a meetup at a location, meet and greet and say hi to other people? Have you done that before, and how does that play out for your investing?
I absolutely love those local in-person meetups, and I remember that's one of the things that you encouraged me to do early on is to go to the local RIA. For those of you who don't know, RIA stands for the Real Estate Investors Association. Just about every large city has those meetups. And so it's so great because and thank God the pandemic is a lot of the restrictions are lighting up because everything was online for a moment, but you could actually go out in person and meet other investors, people who's just beginning and people who are advanced. It's a great way to network with people and to find local deals, because when they like you, they'll help you. And when they meet you and y'all had a good time, they'll be like, you know what, I met Dustin the other day at this meetup. Great guy, great ambitions and plans. I'm going to help him. I'm going to bring this property to him. And a lot of times, even at the RIA meetings, there's a buy and sell session where buyers and sellers, they go up and pitch. For sellers, they pitch what they're selling. Buyers pitch what they're looking for. And then everybody's in the audience is listening, and somebody may have what you need, or you may have what they need, and I just love it. It's so awesome. I go to so many different meetups. Thank God my wife support me with this because I go to at least I don't know 4 to 7 meetups every single month. I was going to even more before the pandemic, and so I just love it. I love meeting people. I love helping people, and so it is a great way to meet up with like-minded people and find deals.
I find that the more people that I help, the better my business gets. And you could find more people by going out and being around more people at these local RIA meetings, because you're actually rubbing shoulders, you're actually talking and shaking hands, and they can see that you're actually genuine and trying to help. So try to get out there and try to just be as helpful as possible. And at the same time, just get contacts, start networking with people. And pretty soon you'll start seeing similar people at all the different meetings. So keep getting more and more people inside of your sphere of influence so that you can help them and they can help you. Now, Charles, I love finding off-market deals. Off-market deals are phenomenal. They're like one of my favorite things to do. So I personally love a number of different ones. The first one I want to talk about in an off-market deal that I really love are wholesalers. Wholesalers are probably like my favorite people in the world, other than my property manager, which all my property managers are fantastic. But wholesalers make me so much money. What are your thoughts about wholesalers? Because a lot of people might say, well, I'm paying a wholesaler, a commission for it. I'm like, well, you're paying a realtor commission too. So what's the difference? You just, as long as you're getting a good deal, you're going to be making money on it, then it's a good property. So I love wholesalers. What are your thoughts, Charles?
I love wholesalers too. In fact, one of the 3 deals I got under contract, the third one was a wholesale deal. And I'm getting a significant discount on that one. That's the one where I'm getting 30% discount, probably a little bit of over 30% discount. Is so awesome because the wholesaler finds these properties for you, which are really cheaper than the properties that are listed. And what I love about wholesale deals is the competition is less. And so because the properties that are listed, it's open to everybody in the US, everybody in different countries. You do have some investors in different countries who buy and who look at Zillow for properties and these other websites. But with wholesalers, your competition is usually the wholesaler's list, however big that list is. And so you're dealing with a smaller amount of people. And so it's a great opportunity to buy properties at a really good discount. And so, but still with wholesale, just like with realtors and anything else, still do your due diligence. One thing I will say, some wholesalers will they may want you to buy the property without any contingencies, but you don't want to do that. You want to go ahead and do your inspection. You want to do all that stuff that you usually do with a regular deal. The wholesalers, they're just finding you off market properties at a discount, but still do all of the stuff that we talk about in your due diligence period. Would you agree with that, Dustin?
100%. You always want to make sure you're buying a good property. You'll get a lot of wholesalers that say, okay, $2,000 will lock in this property right now, but you can't do any inspections. You can't even look at the property. You can't do anything like that. That's no. I know what I'm doing before I buy the property. Like I know what I'm getting into before I put any money out of my pocket. There's literally no way I'm just going to hand over $2,000. It might on the inside be the worst place ever in the world, and you're just out $2,000. You can't do anything about it. So no, absolutely. But I love utilizing wholesalers because they're hard workers. They need to find the buyer and the seller. And they find them both and they put them together so that they can actually make the transaction. But there's so much less competitions. There's no homeowners buying. It's just investors. They're just selling it to their sellers list or their buyers list. And so it's fantastic. Now, there are so many other great things like direct mail. There's also things like even knocking on doors, even driving for dollars is what they call. You drive around the neighborhood to find bad properties that have run down. Have you used these other types of methods, Charles, to find off-market deals?
I've actually tried just about everything. I haven't been successful yet with direct mail, but I've had some leads on it, right? And so, but I know some people who are completely successful at direct mail. Is where you could mail out a postcard or letter to properties. There's certain databases. We won't go into all the details. Dustin have more videos about them, but you could direct mail an owner of the property and ask them to buy it. I've done it. I haven't been successful with it, but I know plenty of people who are. So that's something you can try. Also, Dustin touched on it briefly. Your property manager. So your property manager is in the property management business, and sometimes you have who have investors who want to get out of their business, or they just want to sell their property for whatever reason. And a lot of times, if you build a good relationship with your property manager, they'll give you a good deal. My property manager, he called me the other day and he was like, hey, I have this lady, her husband died and they want to sell their properties. And, do you want to buy? And so I put in an offer. But unfortunately, the lady wanted to somebody probably spoke to her and tell her, you should put it on the market. You probably can get more money during this time. And so I didn't get it. But, if she didn't, I would have been able to pay her what she wanted and still make a good deal. But it's plenty cases where many people did it. I've done it on one property before as well. And so it worked out good. Something that people don't know, Dustin, this is, I would say some people know it, but a lot of people don't know. I've actually called my title attorney. I called my title company and asked, hey, do you know anybody who's selling a property? And you'd be surprised. They know it because these are the type of people, even like your lenders or mortgage brokers. They know people who are actively buying and selling, and a lot of times they know when a deal is fall apart, and there's certain things that may be able to do. And even my title attorney has even connected me to one of my private money lenders. And so, because the private lender told him like, hey, if you know any good investor out there, just refer me to them. I want to lend them money. And so it's actually a golden secret, Dustin, that a lot of people don't tap into. Your title company could be a really good resource.
All of them, from your property manager to obviously your realtor. We talked about them, but your title companies, your even home inspectors, carpenters, contractors. Like literally everybody in this business come across other people who could potentially be buying or selling a property. So you always want to be throwing that out there. And one thing I love to make sure that everybody realizes about themselves is that they're first an investor. You're an investor with a side job. You have a side job. It might be that all of your money comes from that side job, but your mindset needs to be an investor. And so there's a video we're going to be putting out we're going to talk about all about mindset, that how we utilize and all the students utilize our mindset in order to actually become successful. So, man, I hope you guys got a lot out of this. If you did, smash the like button and just subscribe to us and just be along with the ride. We want to see you succeed investing in real estate. So, all right, this is Dustin and Charles. We'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.